No, I don't. We can't hire a guy with zero coaching experience to be the next coach of this franchise. We need a guy who's been here before, veteran, playoff experience, knows how to handle a locker room, maybe a Budenholzer, somebody that has like at least a few years of head coaching experience. This is not the time, the team, or the locker room to hire somebody that's brand new.
Okay, so I hadn't seen this, but Dub let me in on a scoop that apparently JJ Redick is a potential option for the Charlotte Hornets coaching position. So we just want to talk about our thoughts on it. For me, listen, our Hornets have not been a stellar team in the league. We've been at the bottom of the league for quite some time now at this point. We're one of the only teams to fire a coach and then rehire that same coach after the coach we want turns us down and decides that he wants to stay as an assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors. Even in their abysmal season that they're having, he didn't want to come and try to stir the pot here. I understand JJ Redick is a great basketball mind. He's a Duke Blue Devil, so that means something to me and Dub in that regard. He was a very good player in the league and did more than a lot of people thought he would. As a coach, I just really don't know. Like, I don't know. I've never really heard anybody mention him coaching. I know sometimes guys who have that, level of experience get opportunities without having the resume as a coach, just off of them being a great player. I don't necessarily know whether he would be a good coach or bad coach. It's hard for me to say. Because there's a lot of guys that have a great basketball mind that it doesn't translate to them being an effective coach, especially in today's NBA. So I can't say whether he'd be a good coach or a bad coach. I can say that I feel like the Hornets need someone that is experienced and can really build our young players up, give them the confidence to go out there and teach them, what it is to play in the NBA, how to play in the NBA, because I'm sure a lot of veterans that have played in the league for many years would have a science to how you go 82 games and how you approach that. How do you approach these 82 games in a way that you can stay healthy and that you can put your team in position to make it to the playoffs? We need that on our team. And, I just hope we get some continuity. Somebody that's going to be around that we can give 3 or 4 years to kind of change the tide and build the culture. I don't think it does us any justice to bring in a guy for 2 years, fire him, and then try to bring in a whole new regime. We need a guy that we're going to stick with, who we're not going to, give a lot of issues when it's not, flipping around in 1 year. And I don't know if JJ Redick is that guy. Doug, what are your thoughts on it?
Man, it's a tough one. We're talking off air about kind of what our initial thoughts were about him going in for an interview with the Hornets. I don't know. Yeah. I don't have any. I don't have a baseline to determine would he be a good coach, right?
Right.
I see him on ESPN. And he does great at dissecting the game and putting it into terms where people like you and I, the viewers, may not understand at that high of a level, right? Mm-hmm. And he just started his podcast with LeBron James. They got a podcast together, and they're getting inside their basketball minds. Like, they're bouncing ideas off each other. They're talking about, hey, what happened here? What you guys saw, this is what really happened. And I think JJ Redick is really good for TV. Honestly, if you ask me. Coach, I don't know. If I were him, I would focus more on my TV career and really uplifting the YouTube channel with LeBron James, because that's going to go somewhere. That's going to be everlasting past the Charlotte Hornets opportunity. Now, on a brighter note, you got a Duke alum. He's very familiar with the Carolinas. The Charlotte community will welcome him with open arms if it's the right fit. Mm-hmm. definitely think that the roster that we currently have on paper, he can work with that. Like he can, there's something to work with there. As long as you can get a, a commitment from LaMelo. You got Brandon Miller, who's also in the running for Rookie of the Year. You got Miles Bridges. Like you have pieces in place. You got some very talented guards and forwards. So I don't know. I don't know what to take. I don't know what to do with this. I don't. If I were to look for someone that has no coaching experience and take them straight from wherever, I'm going Jay Williams. You're
gonna pit it Duke versus Duke. Yeah, that would be.
I like Jay Williams, bro. I think Jay Williams would be an amazing coach.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Jay Williams too. I'm biased. Jay Williams was one of my favorite players, and beyond growing up a Duke fan, meeting the team, meeting Jaleel White, who was cool with a lot of the Duke players in the early '90s, and getting to meet those guys as a kid. Jay Williams made me really, he made me wear that Duke blue proud as a fan, and it's just nostalgic thinking about some of the moments when he was in a Duke jersey. Honestly, I would love to see Jay Williams as the coach of Duke. If this whole John Shire thing doesn't work out in the next couple of years, we got like several 5-stars coming in this year. This year's, I think, is going to be kind of make or break for Shire. Like if you're not able to really take these guys and do something special with them, which is hard in today's NCAA, taking a bunch of young guys. We saw how difficult it was for Calipari, but he's going to have to do it because a lot of our guys that are a little older are headed out to the transfer portal to get out of there, because they don't want to split minutes with these young guys. But I would rather see Jay Williams at Duke. And to your point, I would rather see JJ Redick doing what he does now, going at Stephen A. Smith, chopping it up with LeBron. So I don't know. I don't really see either one of them as the next head coach of the Charlotte Hornets. But then again, if you ask me who do I see, I couldn't answer that. I don't know who would be a good fit.
We don't have shit. Like you just don't know. Like
I mean, one guy that might fit the bill. I don't know if he wants to leave college at this point, but Hurley might be a good candidate to come into Charlotte and make some things happen. What he's done at UConn, over the past couple of years, rebuilding that program, because that's a blue blood program, but rebuilding them, getting them back to the top. He might be the right guy to get our Hornets back to the playoffs and get them back on track. So if I had a vote right now, just off the top of my head, it would be Hurley for the Charlotte head coaching job.
Not a bad pick.
For sure. Listen, we need to know who you want to coach our Charlotte Hornets. Whether you're a Charlotte Hornets fan or not, doesn't matter. We need a coach. Who do you think would be a good option? Maybe it's your school's coach right now. Maybe it's your NBA team's coach. Let us know. Give us that CLS treatment. As always, comment, like, subscribe. We'll be back with more from me in the arena.